Come on, let me try this. Little choke. Oh. Little fire. Guys, have you ever heard the story about the guy that traded a big red paper clip for a house? Well, that's what we're gonna do with this 1970 Honda SL350 K1. No, we didn't trade a paperclip for it, but what we are going to do is take the money that we spent on it, which was $500, but not only did we get the SL350 with a key and the engine free, we got a three-wheeler roller, an ATC, in 1983 ATC 110 roller. There's the tank fart right there. And then we also got 4 seats, some miscellaneous parts, some gauges that go on that, on it, and then this really cool CL350 tank. So what we're going to do is see what we can turn $500 into, and then we'll just keep rolling that over. We're going to do it throughout the whole year. We're going to try to do maybe a flip a month to see what we can turn $500 into by the end of the year. What do you guys think we could end up with? This is a pretty good starting point. Okay, so like I said, this is a 1970, it's a K1. This has 2 down tubes right here in the cradle. The KO only had 1, and it also had a starter up front. This is kickstart only. So a couple of things that are gonna have to change. It has the wrong front end. These forks are too long. This is a 23-inch wheel. It's supposed to have a 19-inch wheel. This is not a correct fender. It has CL350 pipes. Probably came from this bike right here. And why? Because the SL350 pipes are expensive. We're going to look to see if we can find some SL350 pipes, because I think that's where it'll bring better money for what we're trying to do, and we can repurpose these pipes for another project. The inside of the tank has seen better days, but haven't they all? So we'll see if we can clean it up, see if it's salvageable. Hopefully it is, because it's pretty dent free. I think it'll clean up pretty well. It doesn't have to be perfect. The guy I got this from had just bought a piece of property, and in one of the outbuildings, this was there. And in the ad, it said the transmission was shot. And so when I went to pick him up, I'd already paid for everything. I asked him, you know, what was wrong with the transmission? How did you determine something was wrong with it? And he said that, watch, I'll show you. When you go to roll it, it makes a god-awful noise. And it did, and that's because the chain was rusty. We sprayed some PB Blaster on it, and now it does not make noise. I've got a battery, but I didn't realize the batteries, I mean, it already had one here. I didn't realize that these were small because they're electric start only. And plus, I don't want to do too much, because you see this is my foam here. We are going to clean it. I'm going to have to pull the side covers off, pull the air cleaner out, just so that's all nice and clean. But what we will do right now is maybe put some new ends on these guys and this guy, hook it up to the jump box, see if we have power that runs to the points. That would be a good day. Okay, let me go ahead and strip this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and snip off all these, just because the connectors I'm putting on are weatherproof, so you don't have to deal with it. They shrink wrap around it, so we'll just get rid of this. Maybe a little upgrade. Here we go. Let's go ahead and shrink these up. I really like these connectors just because they shrink up really good. This is it on Amazon. Super cheap. Definitely worth it. So I have the battery box plugged into positive and negative. We'll turn it on. Let's pull off this cover, see if we have any juice. So I have the test light plugged in just on the stud. I got the key on, and we're just going to go here, and look at that. We're getting some light. So we got juice all the way to our points. This point is open, so let's see if we get spark. Okay, we got the spark plug grounded. All I'm doing is opening and closing these points, and you can see the spark right there. This is awesome. I love it. There's nothing better than when a cheap motorcycle gives back. And this one's living up to the expectation. Awesome. On to the next step. So guys, we have spark. This thing turns over. I so want to squirt some juice in there to see what happens, but the problem is, and you guys may not be able to see it, but this is the foam in the the air cleaner, and it's bad news. Pull out that foam just so we don't suck that into the engine. We're also going to pull the spark plugs off and squirt some oil in them. If somebody has a seat, SL350 seat, go ahead and let me know. motorcyclerewind@gmail.com. Hit me up. Okay guys, just using the heat gun to get this free. Trying not to break these any more than what they are. Okay, so I got the exhaust loosened up and 2 of the 3 off. Okay, 3 of them off. Now I'm still not able to get through. I think I gotta take the exhaust all the way off. Okay, let's see if I can get this off. I know I can. What else is holding this thing on? Jeez and Pete. That's why you leave the SL pipes on your SL. So it makes getting the side covers off a little easier. There it is, found it. This one off. Got those 2. Come on, this side cover should be free now. There we go. Whew. This was just gonna cause problems. So good thing we got it out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these air boxes off and then cover the carbs with a Ziploc bag so I can pressure wash it. So let's go ahead and clean this thing up. We're gonna start hosing it down with some purple power. Why? Because it's purple and it's got power. So I just sprayed on a Dawn dishwashing liquid and car wash soap mixed together to help cut some more of the grease. We'll let it sit for a minute and then we'll come back with the super nozzle on the pressure washer. So here we are after the first wash. We're about to hose it down with some more purple power and do it all over one more time, but it's looking pretty good if I don't say so myself. Okay guys, I hosed it down with some purple power. Now I'm gonna use just a brass brush on this and see if I can get off any of this rust. Some people like to use aluminum foil. Whatever you like to use. I like a brass brush only because it comes with a handle. Let's rinse that off, see what it looks like. We'll just hit it with some more purple power. That's pretty good for seconds. Okay, let me do this. And I'll take this guy off and soak it in some Evapor Rust. But let's see what it looks like now. Come on. Doesn't take much, guys. We're gonna hose it down with a little bit more of this. We're gonna let it soak for a little longer, then we're gonna pressure wash it again. This thing is looking really good. I'm gonna go ahead and use this pad that's got a little Scotch-Brite on one side and a sponge on the other side and some Dawn dishwashing liquid. Oh, by the way, this is platinum because it removes 99% of the grease. So good, I don't mind if we leave the 1% on there. Let's just see if we can get some of this a little cleaner. We're gonna buff and polish this anyway. We're probably gonna wet sand it up, but I'm just trying to make sure all the grime is off of it. Okay guys, this is us after we finish pressure washing the 1970 SL350 K1 Motorsport. We still have a little bit of rust on the tank here on this white stripe that we'll get to, but it is looking way better. By the way, I hit the tack cover with the brass brush, shines. This is not bad for a $500 motorcycle. We're gonna let it drip dry, then we're gonna roll it inside, see if we can squirt some stuff in it, see if it makes some noise. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we got it back inside. We've got it on the jack stand, so it's sitting upright. Got a little starting fluid. I did hook up the gas tank to it, the little auxiliary tank, but it was leaking, so I took it off. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get some juice in here. Key on. Turn this key on, and then we're going to kick it, see what happens. Choke is off, I believe. Oh, let's try choke on. Oh. Oh. Looks like we got some smoke. I think it's good smoke. I think it was it trying to fire. Let me go here. Let me add a little bit more juice to it. I shot a little bit more in. Let's see what will happen. Let's try choke. Oh, that one felt like it wanted to do something. Well, that one too. Make sure our plugs are on. Let me turn this off. Let's look, make sure we still have spark. So I pulled the spark plugs out besides put oil in the cylinders while we were pressure washing. I was a little generous with it. So let me just kick it over and I can go ahead and check compression. That sounds good. And just kind of blow some of that stuff out if I need to. Let me see if I can get on this one. Yep, that one sounds good too. Let me just kick it a couple of times. Clean them out a little bit. Okay, let's put spark plugs back in it. So before I put them back in, let me make sure I have spark. Yep. Hope you guys can see it. Good spark there. Okay, new spark plugs are different spark plugs. Let me get this guy on. Jump box is on. Let's try choke. Oh, that sounded like something. Come on. Let's try that. Oh, yeah. Ho, 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 ho. Come on, sucker. Key still on, battery on. No, it wants to go. Ho, 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 ho. Come on, let me try this. Little choke. Oh. Little fire. Little backfire there. Let's try again. We got it out. Let me get this guy a little closer. Let me try it one more time and then we're going to go ahead and clean that. We'll pull those carburetors off. Come on. Oh yeah, come on, you sucker. Gives you hope. Well, let's pop these off. What do you think's behind door number 1 here? Oh. It's coming free. Free at last, free at last. come on. See if we can keep that gasket intact. Be careful. Objects appear larger than what they are. Oh, yeah, it wasn't going to run. Not with that. Okay, let's see what's behind door number 2. Oh, that one looks better, but still looks like it's got some mud in it. Still looks like there could be some mud in it. So let's hose this out a little bit. Let me take it and hose it out and then see what we can get. It looks like this. No, that needle's stuck too. Okay, that one's stuck too. Let me go hose it out outside and then we'll break it down. I am guessing that these carburetors have been taken apart once or twice before. I don't know. It seems logical that the air mixture screw would be on the outside. Okay, while the carb's in the ultrasonic cleaner, we're going to go ahead and pull this cover off and check our timing. I like using this big breaker bar just because it has enough weight on it that it doesn't roll over when you get to the fire mark. So we're on the fire mark. The light is off, so now we're going to adjust the points till the lights come on. I think it's going to be just like that. Let me back off a little bit, and then that's fire. It's pretty dead on, so that's good. Let me tighten this guy down just a little bit more. And guys, you don't have to, I had to use the impact to get this thing off. You don't have to smoke these things like you're He-Man. I have the power. Okay, let's see if we can. We got the carb all cleaned. Let's see if we can get it to make some noise now. Come on. Choke down. Oh. Oh, come on now. Let me adjust that idle screw a little bit. It may be down a little too low. So I'm going to try to adjust the idle screws, and they're all the way in here, all the way over there. It's not where they should be. They should be on the outside. But when these carbs, somebody down the line took them apart, put them back together wrong. So I'm going to have to take the choke and all that assembly apart, put it on, move this one to the other side, that one to this side. And then it'll be easier to adjust the air fuel screw and the idle screw without having to try to go all the way inside with a flashlight. Let's keep trying. I think we're going to be done for the night. My right slide keeps hanging up. I don't know, maybe it's in the cable. Maybe it's up here, but something. It's just the right one, so it could be in the pull where the cable connects right down there. I'll lube those up, but let me try kicking it. Oh, that's a good one. See, it gives you hope. Come on, let's try to choke up. Oh, that sounded good. Okay, that one's going. This one's stuck again. There, now it's done. I don't know why it hangs up. guys, that's where we're going to end it for this video. We got to charge our jump box, get that guy going again, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull these carbs off again and configure them the right way. We're going to clean out the fuel tank so that we can have an onboard fuel source as opposed to one that's not. And then look for the other bits and pieces, i.e. the front end, headlight. I think I have fork gears on the way, the little headlight mounts on the way. I need to find a seat. And again, we got to do a little bit more cleaning up on the tank. One thing I did do yesterday, just playing around, I had a can of Rust-Oleum aluminum brush-on paint, and I did just testing to see if the colors matched. And I did it in a couple of places. Right here is a little bit, so you can see this is factory, this is factory, this is the paint. I just wanted to see if it matched, so I just kind of brushed it on a few places, just so we could see what it looked like. There you can see it up front. And now I'm going to go through and sand it all. I like the way it looks, and I'm going to sand it and then paint it because it looks like that color is going to match well enough. You can see right here the difference. This is going to be yellower because of the rust in it, but the silver paint seems to match. I think there was a little bit right in here that I put on here just to see if it would match. Here, I'll get the light on so you can see. And it looks pretty good. This is paint, this is original. I think the color looks good. And so now we'll just get rid of the surface rust and then touch it all up. What's up, Cappy? You in the... Dog coming to hang out. So, yes, we have to put a collar on him at night, the glow-in-the-dark one, because once he goes out there, you can't see him at all. So that's where we are on this. I'm pretty happy with where we are, kind of what we've done. We did get it to make some noise. We did hear that. At least I did. Hopefully you did. Even without that, we have compression, we have spark. Now we just have to solve the fuel issue. So I'm okay with that scenario as well. So guys, there you have it, our first video on the 1970 Honda SL350 Motorsport K1. And again, the plans for this are to sell it, put $500 out, and see what we can turn into by the end of the year. So this is where we are with this. We have a couple other things to do, like cleaning up this tank and then moving it on so we can pay for parts for this. And let's see what happens. If you have SL350 parts, go ahead and send me an email to motorcyclerewind@gmail.com. I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're in the subscribing mood, just wander on over to our friends, Brickhouse Builds, Gold Guy, Moto Mango, Ace Cafe Bikes, Mile Zero Racers, Plan B Motos, Pete's Classic Cycle, and Lady Moto Bang. And give those guys a subscribe too. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day. Hey guys, just want to pop into the video real quick to say, hey, thanks. You made it this far. Congratulations. And do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. So go ahead and send it to a friend. Share, share, share. If you like it, maybe you know somebody who would too, and I would really appreciate it. Thanks again, guys. Let's head back to the video. GoPro, stop recording. You know, it never fails. You turn the camera off and you kick it a couple more times and then something happens. Oh. Come on. Let's see where I am. Oh, that's it. Come on, come on. Let me go up a little bit. Oh, it wants to. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, it wants to. Ah. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm not a quitter. Ah, it wants to go. We'll charge it up and charge up the battery.